seatbelts are fastened. Lou Williams for the win. Bingo!
Oh my goodness.
By Landry, Ariza dropped down. Kobe! Oh! High high! Down hard! Kobe Bryant!
They do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry!
Kawhi aggressive to the rack.
I'm not even going to do the intro tonight, man. Welcome to your home of all things LA basketball for a classic Clipper choke reaction. It's been a while since we've done one of these. This was the all-time low of the season. Now, for me, it's funny because I lost my joy for this damn team when we got James Harden. And I've done this stuff and put on that fucking poker face or whatever it is. But every now and again, when I'm doing a live on my own channel, I can poke in the reality of the fact that I haven't enjoyed watching the Clippers in like 3 years. But because of this community I've built, I like it because I get to analyze it. You know what I'm saying? I can't imagine for the people that don't get paid to talk about this, what it feels like anymore, because it's literally like, it's just sports, but like, it's not just sports. You know, it's something that can be there for us in tough days. And I don't think the most loyal fans in basketball quite deserve this, man. I think this is absolutely ridiculous. You're up 19 points heading into the fourth quarter, playing against the team where the coach and the star player are bickering in the middle of the game on national television. Stan Van Gundy was hurling insults at a team like I've not heard. Appreciate the super chat. You're always my MVP, dude. I thank you for that. Hurling insults during a broadcast like I haven't seen in a long time. And I was making all my jokes on Twitter. And to be honest with you, I deserve to get clowned because this team deserves to get clowned. I know we're without Norman Powell. We're without Ben Simmons. We're without Derrick Jones Jr. But is enough at any point? But this guy's out. But this guy's out. I think the story of the game, the story of everything could be told by Kawhi Leonard coming out of the game with 3 minutes left during a close game where all the momentum is on the side of the opposition, and we take our supposed $50 million man, not supposed, that's what he makes per year from the Clippers, out of the game because he's a little tired or something. I'm checking when he came back in the game. So Kawhi was in the game to start the fourth quarter. So I guess they were going to have him play the entire fourth. Let's see how many minutes rest he got. When did he come out of the game in the third? Let's see. 3 minutes and 51 seconds. So he played 8 minutes. That would have been essentially 20 minutes of the second half that he would have played. So it's really just 2 minutes more added on to what he ended up finishing with, which was 37 minutes. But he comes out of the game with, let's see. Where's the sub? Yeah, 2 minutes and 33 seconds. We're down by 2. And then he comes in with 57 seconds. Like, what? Like, what's going on here? Like, you can't play a couple more possessions? Ty Lue, everyone's blaming Ty Lue for that. Ty Lue took him out of the game. Like, do you think Ty Lue just randomly takes his best player out of the game? Like, I don't know. Is he not allowed to play a full quarter? It's just, here's my thing. I'm so sick and fucking tired of this shit, dude. Every year with the mystery of this guy's minutes, and even in a game tonight, he was playing well. I was tweeting like, it's, oh my God, he's back. Like, Kawhi's back. Like, let's get excited again. Like, this is so fucking stupid, man. Like, this is just the same shit over and over again. And you fool these really loyal fans. And some of them are just delusionally optimistic to believe every year that if Kawhi Leonard can stay healthy, that this can be something. Now Norman Powell's injured, and he's going to be reevaluated in 10 days. And now we're not able to play without Norman Powell. Like, there's always something. The only positive is, like, no, honestly, fuck the positive. I can do that on Locked On Clippers. Like, Zubats, we were feeding him the ball late in the game. That was kind of nice. We played really well for 3 quarters. But that's ridiculous, man. Kawhi played 36 minutes and 40 seconds. So, like, he would have been at, like, what, 38 minutes? It's insane. Zubats was 15 for 19. It was nice to see him actually shoot almost the most shots of anyone on the team and shoot more than James Harden. But that fourth quarter was just a joke. I mean, we didn't get much from, I don't know. Nico should have made some open shots. Drew Eubanks was 1 for 4. Chris Dunn misses all his open threes. He was 0 for 5 from 3. James Harden was 5 for 14 and 2 for 9 from 3. I like that he had 21 and 15 and he took better care of the ball, but he has real main character syndrome. All right, I'm being so soft right now. I can't lie. Like, this is bullshit. I just want to, like, unleash, to be honest. I just don't want to, like, look insane. Kawhi Leonard was 1 for 5 in the fourth with 2 points. Zoo was 3 for 6 in the fourth with 10. And Harden was 1 for 4. We got outscored 43-22 in 1 quarter. Kevin Durant could get hot at any moment. Like, that can happen, and it happened. But I don't know. It's so much bigger than just one game and what coverage we didn't play well enough and, like, all this bullshit. Like, we're just weak. Like, we just are garbage. Like, the honeymoon is over, man. Like, the honeymoon is over with this team. Like, you know what? Like, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, it kind of runs on Harden, and Norm was more reliable than Kawhi with what we're seeing right now. Like, in what situation does your best player come out of is he tired? Is he tired? Because, man, that's a liability then. He's still got to work his way back. I thought we were good to go when he played 40 minutes. Is he asking to come out? Is Ty just saying, hey, Kawhi, you look a little gassed. Come sit because you missed a couple of shots. What? No way. I just don't believe that because of the years past. I don't believe that Ty Lue's just pulling the plug like that because of what we've seen in years past. We don't know if he's on a minutes restriction. We don't know if his medical team is saying something. We don't know what kind of cap he is on. Like, it's a joke. It's a joke. I'm not saying that one stretch really lost us the game. The whole fourth quarter did. And it started out poorly in the first 40 seconds when we gave up 5 points. Nico Batum, I've been advocating for him to get more minutes. What the fuck was that flat line pass across the court? But he's entitled to have one turnover. It was just the timing was bad. It just was a bad precedent to start the fourth. But I don't know. There's just too much mystery with this team. There's no consistency being built ever. And you know when it was being built in the beginning of the season, but it's all fool's gold because that team was eventually going to burn out anyway because they're too reliant on James Harden. And Kawhi Leonard is the only reason why this team is still together. And when he's back, now we have to adjust. And now Norm is out. It's just a fucking disaster. It's a disaster. And now we're slipping by the day. And Jimmy Butler has injected new life into the Warriors. So we're likely going to be in the play-in. And we have to watch the Lakers ascend. I mean, the nightmare just finds a way to get worse and worse. And you know what? There's going to be a lot of comments on this video, whether it's a Laker fan or a Suns fan coming to clown and saying, why the fuck would you be a Clipper fan? You know what? I'll link in the pinned comment my Why I'm a Clipper fan video. You can hear that story. It goes back to when I was a kid. It was a lot of it just certain circumstances, certain decisions made by my parents that led it to be like that. But I have no regrets, though, to be honest with you. I have an amazing community around me, and I've been able to say that I've been to more games than Laker fans and a lot of other fans have been to games. Yes, there's a lot of pain involved, but I get to go and root for my squad tomorrow at the best arena in the league. It's not the end of the world. I still live in Los Angeles. I'm blessed to be a part of, the Los Angeles community. And the Clippers are an LA team, no matter how many people want to discount it or not. But my thing is, and I'm not dying anytime soon, knock on wood. So, like, I'm just trying to see one title before I die. Then this will all be worth it. But we got to really make some changes in the way that we run things. And I think Steve Ballmer is also learning a lot of things on the fly. Like, there's ownership matters, and it matters a lot. I don't know how much you want to weigh ownership versus players and coaches and how much you want to like put what percentage you want to put on each as to your value in in building a championship team. I think you have to have good ownership always, but I wouldn't say like Jerry Reinsdorf was more important than Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say Jerry Buss is more important than Magic. That's just not how it goes for me, the way I evaluate things. So it always starts with the players, but Ballmer's learning things. We took a swing at Kawhi, and I would take that swing every time. But I think the way we've doubled down on poor performance has been a little suspect. And I'm going to begin with something like, I'm going to go way back. Why did we extend Paul George when he shot the bed in the bubble? Like, I know he got us 2021, but like maybe we could have done something differently. Because that dude was just a boatload of fucking excuses, right? Just wasted a lot of our time. We had, and I'm going to sound ungrateful because the conference finals was amazing, but who knows what kind of higher ceiling we maybe could have had. Who knows if maybe the following years could have gone a little bit better. Remember, Paul George missed 51 games in 2022. In 2023, he didn't even get to play in the playoffs. And in 2024, he played like an absolute jabroni. I mean, why are we rewarding bad performance? Because we want Paul George to say he's a Clipper? Because we want to sound cool? Because we've never had stars before? Like, why don't you build something? Why don't you build something? It's not just about big names. See, that's the thing where we've gone wrong. We think that Clipper fans give a shit about big names. This franchise built a bunch of fans with Quentin Richardson, Darius Miles, Elton Brand, Corey Maggette, and Sam Cassell when the Lakers were at their peak. So, honestly, the big names help, but Kawhi Leonard, he's helped in the sense that a player of his stature would choose the LA Clippers. But in terms of what he's done when he's been here, he hasn't done shit to build the Clippers up as a better franchise. He's, if anything, made us look more unfortunate because what the Intuit Dome, to me, Lob City deserves credit for that. We would have had no confidence into building our own stadium without the run that they had, in my opinion, to sell out consecutively. And guess what? The ownership's excuse to extend Kawhi and do all this and to double down on this guy, even though he's been injured every year, was to say, oh, well, we want to fill up our new arena. We are dead last in attendance. At times, it's depressing looking around at the best building in the league with some of the most loyal fans in the league, watching an admittedly mediocre product because you have given up everything for this guy that does nothing to promote your brand, is the most mysterious superstar that has ever walked the NBA planet. And on top of that, he is so good when he is healthy that you are so hesitant to get rid of him because the idea of him when he's healthy is so great, but every year it ends up in disappointment. Not to mention this guy wanted to play in the Olympics when he hasn't been able to hold up the end of the bargain for his employer and all the people and fans that have never seen a championship that are relying on this. It's just like, does anyone care? Does anyone care that we hate the Suns, that we've lost to them 3 times this season? Does anyone give a shit that they spoiled our first ever trip to the conference finals, that they spoiled our opening night at Intuit? Do any of these players give a damn? Because you know what? James Harden says all the right things, but he has such this fucking main character syndrome with Zubats is hot, and he's still doing step backs when he gets Booker on him on the switch. I mean, there was one time when Zubats got doubled, we're swinging the ball around, and he doesn't swing it quick. Instead, he goes ISO, drives and kicks to Chris Dunn, who's missed 100,000 threes in the last couple of games. And guess what? Chris Dunn is Chris Dunn. His defense is amazing. He got us in, the lead in the first place, but his shooting is bad, and he is who he is. And we miss Derek Jones Jr., and we miss Nico Batum. I get it, but it's just, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, I get James Harden's been a good Clipper, but us getting him was so stupid. Why did we double down on the Kawhi, Paul George era and give them more help when they're the problem? The theory of, if James Harden's going to lessen the load on them in the regular season and then they won't get hurt, that didn't pan out. Kawhi Leonard got injured half the time on freak accidents, not overusage. And then Kawhi and Paul George wanted a point guard. Like, they just ruined everything. They've ruined everything. And I get it. If Kawhi were healthy, it wouldn't be the case. If fucking Schmiff, dude, how many years have we as fans had to deal with injured players? And then we gave up first-round picks for him, for Harden. And I get it. We probably should have traded Terrence. I get it. But Terrence, you know what? They've actually cared about the fans on that one, and we didn't want to see him go. And then most fans were okay seeing him go when it happened. But Now he's playing well because he's playing with a fast-paced team, doesn't have ball stoppers on it, man. I'm tired of defending these fools. It all starts with the stars. We have a lot of injuries. Ty Lue's tough. I mean, he's making mistakes, but like, look at what he's had to deal with. It's just ridiculous, man. I'm so tired of this. And you know what's crazy? We're not going to have a better record than the Rockets. So the Thunder we are going to have the Thunder's pick this year. So we could have blown it up. And you know what the stupidest shit people were saying? There's no point of letting the Thunder build a dynasty. Too fucking late. SGA, J-Dub, Chet Holmgren, they're young. They're the first seed 2 years in a row. They don't need Cooper Flag. They could just they're going to get a good pick regardless. People think because there's no point of sucking when you have no picks. Honestly, we don't know we're going to suck. Just go a different direction, man. I don't care what kind of run he goes on to end this season. Honestly, I hope he goes on a good one, and then we're going to bottom out. We're going to lose somewhere, whether it's the play-in, whether it's the first round, whether we're not going to make it. I don't think that's going to happen. Actually, you never know because we might lose the play-in. We can lose to the Suns. If we play them, who fucking knows? But the best case scenario is Kawhi ends the season playing pretty decent. Whenever we lose, we can move him. Someone will take a flyer on him, and then we are freed of this nightmare. We get Harden to opt in. We trade his expiring contract somewhere that maybe Miami wants him for a year. Maybe they get over the Heat culture thing and allow him to come. I mean, what was some of that defense from Harden tonight? Getting the corner turn on him by Colin Gillespie. We let Colin Gillespie beat us. Who the hell is that? 296 people in here. Thank you, guys. I appreciate this. I'm getting kicked out, though. I'm going to have to end this live in like 3 minutes because the girl I live with has to go to work, and it's a whole thing. Bernardo, what's going on, my Brazilian brother? I'm just here to say you're one of the B-ball fans I admire the most. Your relation to the Clippers reminds me of Brazilian soccer fans. I guarantee that when you win, it'll be a feeling no bandwagon fan will ever experience. Bernardo, that really makes me, really warms my heart on a night like this. I really appreciate you, man. Brasil, got to make my way down there. One of these years, man. Appreciate you very much. I hope you're all, doing well and enjoying your boy Steph Curry with Jimmy Butler. Thank you, Ryan Garcia. Thank you, Planet 619. Kawhi has long since lost the currency to be mysterious about these injuries. Dude lacks self-awareness. To hell with him. Hey, man, I'm just happy that everybody's kind of jumping on the wagon that I started, and it was very, very vacant, very empty, and nobody wanted to get on the wagon with me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's saying I was negative Nancy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Now everybody's jumping on the wagon. And it's like, I saw it. We should have gone rid of these guys. We should have gone rid of these guys, man. But we wanted to double down. I mean, I just feel like our ridiculous loyalty to Kawhi Leonard, and we were just so nice to Paul George. Just let him be an idiot over and over again. And now we're really paying for it. I mean, trading away our picks for James Harden. Like James Harden, who, by the way, was awful in games 7 and 6 of the second round. And we're like, yeah, that's the missing piece that's going to put us over the top. Not the fact that our two best players can't stay healthy. I don't know. I think Zubats deserves better. I think Ty Lue honestly deserves a more stable situation. I think our fans deserve a lot better. They got me drinking on a Tuesday night. Hey, guys, I'm really, really, really sorry, but I can't read all the comments tonight. I have to log off. But thank you, guys. I'll honestly read them. Like, I'll, try to read them as I rewatch the video, what the live chat was saying. But I'm guessing it's a lot of Clipper fans frustrated, and just I'm very appreciative that like you guys find me as a real source to come to when stuff like this happens, and be like, man, I know Dime is gonna just unleash and tell it how it is, and that's part of why I am not credentialed, is because I do try to tell it how it is, and listen, man, I'm not the kind of guy that's going to sugarcoat it. James Harden's been a great Clipper, but I can't stand him being on my basketball team. I hate fucking watching him play basketball. I love watching Kawhi Leonard play basketball, but he's ruined my love of rooting for this team. He's made it feel like more work. And I just like can't wait till that day that this experience is over and I get to like go back to enjoying my basketball team again. We might not be good for a while, but I just want to see something different, something that we can get behind, something that feels a little more authentic, because Lob City kind of felt like that. And, you know, even though we lost every year and we're heartbroken, I just like was ready to run it back every year. And there's just not that pride anymore. And I think, you know, the Dallas Mavericks are an example of a team that feels like their fans got their joy taken away from them. And, you know, I sympathize with that a lot. You know, you watch this Celtic City documentary. I've been tweeting about it a lot today. It's different with the Celtics and the Lakers. They have this storied history that you feel like you have a duty to, you know, continue. For the Clippers, it's like we're trying to build something, and who wants to be that guy to change it? Like, who wants to be that guy to actually take it from Lob City and take us to the promised land and do what no team has ever done for the Clippers and win it all? Be the team. Do people understand what you can do for a franchise if you're part of their first ever ring? Jokic, he might get a statue in 20 years in Denver. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just matters. But, you know, when you listen to Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum talk about the pride they have in their franchise, just like, I remember when Blake Griffin and Chris Paul used to talk about that. All we hear is Paul George talking on his podcast, a bunch of bullshit that he doesn't actually back up with his actions, and Kawhi Leonard doesn't say a word. James Harden does, but he just gives off laziness and selfishness to me in his game, and I just don't know, man. It's over. Hey, Mac, man, you should watch that Celtics documentary, man. It's really good for people that want to learn more about basketball, but it's 10:30. I'm getting kicked out. That's it for me tonight, guys. Love you all. Go Clips. We fucking suck. See you tomorrow at the Intuit Dome to do it all over again. I hate Phoenix so much, man, but they kind of own us right now. I can't lie. I hate them with we couldn't even beat them when they were fucking arguing with each other and in like disarray. Ugh. Good night. All right, guys. Love you all, but I can't read all the comments. So it is unfortunate circumstances. Peace. Fuck the Buns. Yeah, I know, man. We had SGA. It really would have been him. Peace. Thank you, Ira.